When I invest my money, there's two things that I always look for. I look at how much risk is involved, and I look at how much money I can potentially make. If I was gonna invest $10,000 and I had to decide between investing this $10,000 into my broke cousin Bunty, who's on his 34th business idea, or investing this money into Amazon, who's established and has a business plan and is very successful, I'm gonna expect very different returns to justify my investment. Bunty is a risky investment, so I'm gonna need bigger potential returns to justify me giving him my cash, because as soon as I give him that $10,000, there's a good chance that he's gonna invest that money into a new Gucci wardrobe. I gotta look good for the business. Deciding between investing your money in my cousin Bunty or Amazon is pretty obvious. I'm gonna invest my money in Bunty. But what if you had to decide between investing your money between Amazon and Apple and FedEx and Verizon and McDonald's and Microsoft? Who's gonna give you the best return for your risk now? Not so easy anymore. There's three different ways that you can take this. Option one is you can spend all the time researching these companies, and you might decide that Apple is the best company to invest in based off of all your research, and now you invest all your money into Apple. This one has the most risk because now if Apple releases a really bad iPhone and people start hating Apple products and their company tanks, well, down with it goes your money. It also comes with the most upside because now if you're right and Amazon wins big, then you're gonna win big. Option two is now you can open up a stock brokerage, and instead of just investing in one company like Apple, you can invest in every one of these companies. That way you're lowering your risk. If you do want to learn more about how to actually open up a stock brokerage and invest your money in stocks, our team wrote an article on our website, theminoritymindset.com, that walks you through how to do that. So if you want to read that article, I'll link it for you in the description below. This one requires more work because now you're not just managing and monitoring one stock, you got to manage and monitor a whole portfolio of your stocks. Or option three is you can pay a small fee and then you can invest in a fund like a mutual fund or an index fund or an ETF, and let these funds invest in all these companies for you. So now instead of you going out and investing in all these companies, you invest in a fund that gives you exposure to all these companies. Mutual funds are known as actively managed funds. And to understand how they work, let's assume for the sake of this example that this is a mutual fund that's made up of only 4 stocks. A lot of times mutual funds will have way more stocks, sometimes hundreds of stocks, but just to keep things simple, we're gonna assume that this mutual fund only has 4 stocks. If you wanted to invest in McDonald's, Tesla, Apple, and Amazon, one thing that you could do is you could go out, open a stock brokerage, and individually invest in McDonald's, Tesla, Apple, and Amazon. But now you have to decide how much of your money are you going to allocate towards each stock and what stocks do you want to own. On the flip side, when you invest in a mutual fund, you have this person right here. We're going to call this person a money manager, and we're going to draw him a nice mustache. This money manager is who you're trusting. So you're going to give your money to this money manager, and this money manager is going to create this fund. So this person is managing this fund, and when this money manager likes a stock, they're gonna buy it. When they don't like a stock, they will sell it. So maybe right now this money manager likes these 4 stocks, but some time goes by and he's like, you know what? I don't like McDonald's anymore. We're gonna replace them with Chipotle. So now he's monitoring the stocks and he's actively buying and selling based off of what he thinks is going on in the market and based off of what he thinks is gonna make this fund more money. The whole point of a mutual fund is to have a really smart money manager with the goal of this money manager being able to beat the general stock market. So you are hoping that by paying this money manager a fee, you are going to be able to outperform the stock market, which in turn will make you more money. You're also getting the benefit of passiveness because now you're not having to go out and individually invest in all of these companies and manage each one of these companies. You have a money manager who's going to do that, and you also have the benefit of diversity because now this money manager is diversifying your money into different companies. If you want to invest your money into a mutual fund like this, you can expect this to cost you something like 2% a year on all of your assets. What that means is if you deposit $100 into your mutual fund, this money manager is going to take $2 a year to manage your $100. So if you invest $1,000, that's $20 in fees, and if you invest $100,000, that's $2,000 a year in fees. Now, while 2% might not sound like a lot of money, it does add up, especially as your money grows and compounds. Like if you started investing $500 a month today and you were paying 2% a year in fees, and you were able to get an average 7% return on your money, over the next 30 years, you're going to end up paying something like $166,000 in fees to your money manager just to invest your money. Now, look, I'm a value person. If you can make me an extra $1,000, I will gladly pay you an extra 2% in fees. So if you can make me more money, I will pay you more money as long as I continue to come on top. The only issue with this is what we've seen over the long term is these mutual funds don't always outperform the market. Actually, a lot of mutual funds can't even meet the returns of the general stock market over the long term. Like Warren Buffett was so confident in this that he made a $1 million bet that the general stock market, the S&P 500, would be able to outperform a number of hedge funds. These are highly sophisticated, highly expensive hedge funds. And over a course of 10 years, the hedge funds did well, but they did not even meet the stock market returns. So then the hedge fund owner had to then pay Warren Buffett $1 million because he lost the bet, and Warren Buffett took that $1 million and he donated it to charity. I'm gonna go over how you can get the general returns of the stock market without paying these high fees, but in general, a mutual fund's goal is to be able to beat the market. That's why you're paying these fees to a money manager. That way you have somebody who can hopefully beat the market. The only problem with that is a lot of times you will not beat the market. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. It's really hard to predict because it's hard to beat the market, especially over the long term. This is not to say that mutual funds are never the right answer. I mean, there are some really good mutual funds out there, but a lot of these really good mutual funds are reserved for super high net worth people. Like, you need at least $500,000 to get into some of these mutual funds, versus some of the regular mutual funds that you're just paying 2% on. You can get a better return without paying all the fees. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.